Joseph Stask, Roland Steinmetz, Elton Stonebach, Earl Stoner, Robert Stanfield, Richard Strand, Woodrow Strauss. Unless you're related to them, it's easy to forget the names of those sons, daughters, husbands, and wives of the people of Manheim who served their country. Their names are etched on a wall of the Manheim Municipal Building. Their service is mentioned on plaques or markers at cemeteries. They and many others whose names are not included in these monuments answered the call to duty in every major conflict since America's war for independence. The community of Manheim has a long history of providing support for this country's veterans.
Manheim residents have served since the Revolutionary War, and some of the veterans that settled in this area were actually Hessians who served, under the British Army, but then became American citizens. So there's a long and proud heritage of service here in the community. So we have records that show reunions from Civil War veterans. We have images and records of a local unit that served in the Spanish-American War. And of course, for the past 100 years, since World War I, we have some really good records that show the service of Manheim area residents.
Manheim as a community does a lot for those who make this a community. There are programs and agencies to help children and youth, to strengthen business and industry, to support the elderly. And now many people feel it's time to support the veterans of this community through construction of a Veterans Memorial on borough-owned land near the entrance to the Barron Sports Park.
We will build a plaza, a small plaza that people may walk through. There will be a walkway of bricks where we may each honor our particular family member who served our country with a brick with their names and the flags of all the service organizations.
The memorial would basically consolidate all of the individual memorials across Manheim into one place.
There's one like at the bank, there's some up at the cemetery up on top of the hill, Fairview Cemetery, that the American Legion is going to have worked on it, and that's going to be part of our facility. So we're going to gather it and bring it all into this particular one facility. That'll all be there, so if you wanted to see a particular something, it should be there for your chance to take a look at it.
The proposed memorial has already been designed and will honor all the branches of the military, including the Merchant Marines, who served during World War II, and recognize the service of all veterans up to the present day.
I think it is very welcoming. It's fully recognizing of all the services in terms of service of our country. It will be right there in the center of things, so you can walk by it with ease and see it almost any day. It will be right on the direct walk outside of what everybody thinks of as Manheim Central's football stadium, and it's a very, very central and nice location for remembering.
Catherine Prozillo, an Army veteran from Manheim, looked forward to having a time to sit and reflect on those who served with her.
I would like a physical space to go to so I can remember some of my battle buddies that I don't have anymore, and some of the ones that I want to remember that are really far away.
Scattered throughout the memorial will be places displaying bricks that can be purchased to honor a particular veteran.
It's a brick, an 8-inch 8x8 brick or a 4x8 brick, and you can obviously a certain amount of writing you can put on it, name, rank, whatever, and maybe a comment if you take the larger brick. And we have sold some of those already, and people are really interested in having something out there that they can see their family member's name on.
Constructing this memorial will cost about $300,000, but those who know this community well are confident there's sufficient interest to make it a reality.
This is a very giving community on things that they really feel good about, and this is one of the things I would say they feel very good about, because there's a lot of residents and so forth that have family members that were in the service and so forth, and they would like to see them honored.
There is a lot of generosity and a lot of recognition of the service of the veterans, so we are very hopeful that we'll be able to raise the funds needed to complete this project.
Supporting this project sends a message that the service of people like Jim Williams, George Schwartz, Catherine Prozillo, and other veterans from the Manheim area are important and continue to be so long after their discharge from the military.
Our community needs something like this. We have veterans that are going out to the community and trying to better it by joining committees, by joining boards, by joining our council. It goes to show that they're really trying their hardest to do what they still can to keep serving. They already served in the military and now they're serving our community. I think that this is going to really solidify for them that, hey, you are valued, you are respected, and we want to honor your service for your town and for your country.
I would like to see that future generations have something to remember, past and present veterans, and that it hopefully promotes what we do in this great nation.
To help future generations remember past and present veterans, please make a contribution to the Manheim Veterans Memorial and together honor their service.